Oh boy, looks like a dead end. Guess he means business.
Huh? A dead end?
In other words, we're trapped in here.
I guess this is the end.
Huh? What's the matter? You're a guy, aren't you? It's too early to throw in the towel. Oh, I know.
What is it?
Would you... Well, would you like to hear my story?
Sure.
A long time ago. Long ago, there was a brilliant scientist who discovered, well, the secret of interaction. That is, how humans connect emotionally. The hidden ability to communicate without words. Way in the past, people could have connected with each other using that power. So a bunch of really smart scientists got together to study the idea. They thought if they could reawaken this power in everybody, we wouldn't have to use words to understand one another. They concluded that it'd make the world a better place. There were wars at that time. People argued and fought over little things and big things alike. Everything was a point of contention, and people grew tired of it. The whole world was unanimous in supporting the project. Using a machine they called Glass Cage, humans sent a signal around the world to try and trigger the latent empathy faculty in people's heads. This would enable everyone to naturally harmonize with one another.
After that, what happened?
Well, everybody was excited. Now that they could convey exactly what was in their hearts, all sorts of misunderstandings and ill will would vanish overnight. That's what they thought. The entire world was bubbling with hope. Everyone believed it was the dawn of a new era. They believed and smiled themselves to sleep. But then, the next morning, no one woke up. They slept and stayed like that forever. That's how they all died.
And you think it's happening again?
Yeah. That girl? She's gonna be the catalyst for it.
Catalyst?
Her heart will make the connection, and connect with everybody else on Earth. If it succeeds.
What if it doesn't work?
I told you, it'll be worse this time. Not a single soul will escape. And guess what? The first time around, I was the catalyst.
But, Sai, I don't get it. How did you end up as the catalyst?
Don't look at me. I have no idea. I lived a typical, ordinary life. And then one day, they forced me to take all these tests. Before I knew what was going on, they decided to use me. They plugged all these cords into my head, made me take strange medicines. It was all very weird. I'm telling you, in all my days, I'd never felt such intense pain. It happened every day. More experiments. They didn't care at all how I felt. But there was this guy. He had a heart. Sometimes he'd slip me chocolates and candy. He'd even stop by and ask me if I was doing okay. And also, he thanked me nicely.
I see. So you and that guy, well, you were like friends.
You crack me up. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call Shin and I friends. If I had to label us, we were... Wait a minute. How'd that cat get in here? The door's still locked shut.
And the exit is blocked with rubble.
Quick! After him! He might lead us to a way out!
I found it! The cat's meowing on the other side.
If you crouch down, you should be able to fit.
Here goes nothing. Oh, man. Wow.
Though you're still so small, you'll soon be born. So this message is for you. There may come a day when you'll curse being born into this world. You'll wonder what you did to deserve this. And you'll probably have plenty of bitter words to tell me. But I don't think I'll be around by then to listen to your complaints. I want you to know how truly sorry I am. I just want you to believe this. No matter what happens, all we wanted was for you to be happy.
It's the same cat from before.
Yeah! Oh, I better warm up.
The silver bell wasn't a particularly outstanding decoration, but it did ring the most beautifully. I'd always wondered what kind of home such a lovely bell had come from. It belonged to an old woman who lived alone without relatives, in a large mansion I'd never seen before.
Madam, it's time for supper.
Thank you, dear.
Madam, the lilies in the garden have bloomed. I've put them in this vase.
What a lovely scent.
Madam, it started raining. Allow me to close the windows.
Yes. And draw the curtains, too.
The old woman was waited on hand and foot by her servants. She'd rely on their help as she sat idly in her chair, listening to her favorite music. She'd even ask them to change out the records. But most of the servants seemed to genuinely adore their employer. But there was one thing the old woman would ask several times a day.
Excuse me, but could you call Chris here for me?
Later that same day,
Oh, where is Chris?
and again even later,
Please find Chris for me.
though normally obedient, this one request was always met with hesitation.
Madam, Chris is already...
The maids would start cautiously. "Oh yes, you're quite right," the old woman would say, cutting them off.
She's not with us anymore, is she? I'd nearly forgotten.
She'd murmur with a nod. But not a few hours later, she'd ask the same questions again. She had them stop her favorite record.
Oh, wherever could my darling Chris be?
One rainy night, the mansion was in an uproar.
Madam? Madam!
The servants dashed through the halls in a frenzy. Finally, one of the maids shouted in despair.
Why can't I find her cane?
Though it wasn't too cold outside, the sheets of rain continued to pour relentlessly.
She couldn't have gone outside. Could she?
A chill passed over the gathered servants before they set out. They put on their coats and called for help outside. I tore my eyes from them and made for the rain-drenched town. Amidst the downpour, I smelled the sweet fragrance of lily. In the back lane of a park, far from the mansion, I made out the figure of the old woman. She was surrounded by a crowd who moved and gabbed around her.
Come on, lady, you'll catch your death out here. Maybe you should see the police.
The old woman's shoes and designer clothes were soaked through. A man tried taking her by the hand, but the old woman refused to budge, her face adamant. Fed up with her antics, the men finally left, leaving her behind. I cautiously stepped just into her field of vision, and without saying a word, rang my silver bell. It rang clear through the rain. The old woman raised her head sharply in surprise, her blurry eyes looking at me.
Chris?
The old lady rasped. I rang the bell again in a nod, and then turned around.
Chris, wait! Wait for me!
Her cane clicked as she followed me. I may not be able to carry her all the way to the mansion, but it'd be enough to bring her to her servants. I stopped often to look over my shoulder, to make sure I didn't lose her. The sound of that beautiful bell was a beacon. At last, one of the servants noticed the old woman and shouted, "Madam!" As she ran towards her, the old woman bent down to scoop me up and held me, trembling. The servants weren't able to hide their surprise, seeing how much the late Chris had changed upon her return.
Not one of them said that I wasn't Chris. Because the old woman called me so. The maids nodded in obedience. Just glad that their beloved employer had returned home safe. I am Chris. Chris with her silver bell. I'm the tiny, adorable Chris, loved by her grandmother in this grand mansion.
It appears we have a special bond, you and I. I shall see you again.
There he is!
How did he get here in the first place? Wait!
Hey, is this?
To-do list. 1. Eat a whole cake by myself. 2. Share a meal with my family. 3. Visit all the friends I can. 4. Read all the books I've wanted to. 5. Buy the clothes I always dreamed of. 6. Make up with that certain somebody.
It's an honor to see you. Will you be buying or selling today? I look forward to our next meeting.
I never expected a weakling like you to make it this far.
What are you?
Hey, it's no use! Look out!
I do not have to answer to you. Any threat to the project must be eliminated. Fool. Your existence amounts to nothing more than a goldfish swimming upriver. When we were conceived, the age of man ended.
What? What are you talking about?
Our plan is on schedule. Make the most of the little time you have left.
We have to act fast!
Right. Phew. I'm tired.
Well then, where should we start? Well then, this is goodbye.
I guess the cat ran in here.
It'll be tight, but you can squeeze through. Be super careful.
Right.
Explain yourself, Sai. Why did you let a human in here?
First, you answer a question for me. Why are you reviving Glass Cage? What are you trying to do?
You don't need to know that.
Please, tell me the truth. If what happened last time...
Words can be frustrating, troubling things, Sai. I thought you, of all people, would understand.
But Shin, it's just that... if we could just talk, I know that I'd be able to...
That's enough. Soon, everything will be in order.
Why can't he... don't understand. Why can't he see? Let's go save that girl, Seto.
Yeah. So comfy.
Ah! It is you. The pleasure is mine. Have a nice day!
Maybe I'll sit down. Huh? Is this?
Ah, we meet again. 'Tis such a wonderful day. I look forward to our next meeting.
Maybe I'll sit down. Hey, could this be...
It's an honor to see you. Will you be buying or selling today? I look forward to our next meeting.
If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be... If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed. If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed. If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed. If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed.
Wait a minute. You think this might be... me?
I don't know. Doesn't really do you justice. I wonder if that girl drew it. She's not very good.
Hey, don't say that. I think it's cute.
Yeah, whatever you say.
She was here. I just know it.
Maybe so. But she's not anymore.
Yeah, we have to find her. Oh, man. Hey, is this?
Here you are.
Thanks. Smells great. I swear, you brew a mean cup of joe.
You can thank the coffee maker for that.
No, it's more than that.
I don't have time for this. Please get back to your work.
Oh, come on. You deserve a coffee break too. Join me.
No, thank you. I have duties to attend to.
Always the diligent worker.
Compared to your idleness, perhaps, Doctor.
The team doesn't need a dimwit like me to get the job done right. They're plenty smart enough.
But, Doctor, you were supposed to be one of the finest in the world.
Yeah. That's why I think they made a mistake.
Hardly. All you lack is the drive.
I don't prescribe to the where there's a will belief.
Doctor.
I know. I've still got a job to do, so I'll do it.
In that case, would you please get on with it?
If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed. If the ID... If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed. If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed.
Phew, I'm tired.
Glass cage launch preparations complete.
We're running out of time! Hurry!
Right.
First, some advice.
What is it?
The next room has a huge vat full of toxic substances. It's really dangerous. Don't waste any time. Your health will deteriorate the longer you stay in there. Run like there's a ghost on your tail.
Got it.
If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed. If the ID cannot be confirmed, cannot be confirmed, you will be removed. If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed. If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed. If the ID cannot be confirmed, you will be removed.
Oh, I better warm up.